The documentary hypothesis concerns the origins and composition of the Pentateuch, one of the primary questions concerning whether Moses could have been the author, as traditionally believed. Key scriptural texts that suggest complex authorship include Deuteronomy 34, 1-8, Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab at the Lord's command, which speaks of Moses' death and burial, and therefore could not have been written by him, and Genesis 12, 6b, at that time the Canaanites were in the land, which implies that Genesis was written after Israel took over the land formerly belonging to the Canaanites. Various thinkers were influential in developing the documentary hypothesis, including Baruch Spinoza, Thomas Hobbes, Jean Astruc, Hermann Hupfeld, Wilhelm de Wette, and Johann Gottfried Eichhorn. However, the two most significant scholars concerning the documentary hypothesis are Karl Heinrich Graf and Julius Wellhausen. Wellhausen proposed that 4 literary sources were pieced together to form the Pentateuch, each one differing theologically and stylistically. These sources became known as J, Yahweh, Yahwist, the German spellings of Yahweh, Yahwist, E, Elohim, Elohist, D, Deuteronomy, Deuteronomic, and P, priestly. Graf placed the sources in the order listed from oldest to youngest. Wellhausen crucially argued for the social and historical locations for each of these sources, since each literary document reflects the time, place, and ideology in which it was composed, and therefore each of these 4 sources needs to be interpreted and located in the specific time, place, and ideology when they were written. Over a period of hundreds of years, which began during the exile in Babylon, the 4 sources gradually became synthesized until by 450 BCE they had become a single document. Although in the 20th century there had been fairly widespread consensus regarding the documentary hypothesis outside of most conservative traditions, scholars began to question it in the 1970s. Some continue to name Moses as the author of the Pentateuch. Some adhere to refining, redating, and reordering sources, one suggestion being to add a 5th source, H, holiness, another suggestion being to remove J as non-existent. Some are supportive of ongoing revision, stemming from a suspicion that the JEDP model is too simple to be representative of the myriads of changes that likely occurred over such a long period of time. Research and debate continue in the present day.